Salient features of Vedic culture. Political condition. The Aryan tribes gradually settled in India, so these tribes were called as Janas. And among them, the head of the tribe was called as Rajan. So remember students, these tribes were known as Jana and its head. The tribe's head is known as Rajan. The tribes quarrel with each other for cattle and territories. So here, Rajan was assisted or appointed by the Purohita, Sangrahatri, Senapati, Vispatis and Brahmanis in the administration. Grama was the smallest unit of administration. Brahmani was the head of the village and Vispati was in charge of group of villages. The primary duty of the king was the protection of the tribe. He received gift from people for this. Sabha, it is a group of elders, and Samiti is a group of experts, also assisted the king in the administration. As earlier we have discussed that early Vedic period is also known as Rig Vedic period. The remaining three Vedas, namely Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda, is known as later Vedic period. During the later Vedic period, this Janas means the tribe, became powerful and turned into kingdom. Actually, we have heard the Janapadas. So, it is the kingdom of Janas or the kingdom of tribe. The kingdom were divided into provinces and subdivided into Gopas, Vishayas, and Gramas. Kingship became hereditary. The important kingdoms were Kuru, Panchala, Kashi, Videha, Vidarbha, etc. Imperialism came into existence, resulting in hierarchy. Hierarchy means small to big. So the imperialism came into existence, resulting in a hierarchy of kings, namely Raja, Maharaja, Rajadiraja, Ikrat, Virat, Samrat, Chakravarti, etc. The kings began to perform yagas. Yagas means fire rituals like Rajasuya, Ashwamedha and Vajpaya to establish political supremacy. The king had grown in power and was to perform many administrative duties including the protection of his subjects. The kings were assisted by council of ministers and a number of officers. The Sabha and Samiti continued to exist. The military was well organized and consisted of infantry, elephant force and cavalry. Navy was in little use. Warfare became complicated in the later Vedic period. The simple weapons of early Vedic age were replaced in the later Vedic age by improved war weapons like bows and arrows, swords, spears, maces, axes, etc. Helmets and armors were used for protection. Winning the war became important and they followed the path of decide for the purpose. Social condition. The joint family system was in existence. Aryan society was patriarchal. Patriarchal means men-dominated society. The eldest male member was the head of the family and was called as a Kulapati or Grahapati. Monogamy. Monogamy means what? Marrying one was in vogue. So monogamy was in vogue. Polygamy means marrying more than one. So polygamy was confined to royal family, whereas monogamy is for everyone. Widow remarriage was in existence. The status of women was high and they had equal rights with men. Women scholars like Vishwavara, Kosha, Appala, etc. composed hymns. The social divisions, Chatuvarnas, were based on profession. So the social divisions, or it can be known as Chatuvarnas, or based on professions, are of four types. They were Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishya and Shudras. The people could change professions and hence change the Varnas. Thus there was a mobility among the Varnas. During the later Vedic period, that means in the period where the Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvana Vedas were existed. So during later Vedic period, polygamy means the husband with two wives and polyandry is the wife with two husbands came into existence. The position of the women deteriorated, means the position of the women is that much worsened. Women continued to participate in religious rites. Only the women of higher class received higher education, but the woman was now under the protection of father or husband or son. Varnas turned into many castes. Caste system became hereditary. Brahmanas and Kshatriyas had enjoyed high status compared to the Vaishyas and Shudras. Life of an individual was divided into four stages called ashramas. So the life of individual that is divided into four stages. They were known as ashramas and they were brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means student life. Grihastha means married life. Vanaprastha means retirement to forest or meditation. And sannyas means asceticism. So, the life of an individual is divided into four stages. They were Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. Next, wheat, rice, barley, vegetables, fruits, milk and milk products formed the diet of the people. Fish and meat were also used. Soma and Sura were intoxicating drink used during religious and festive occasions. Relating to their clothing or dressing, Aryans wore clothes made of cotton and wool. Their dress consists of vastra, adivastra and nivi. Nivi means sari. Both women and men wore ornaments, earrings, finger rings, bracelets, anklets, bangles, armlets, etc. Women plaited their hair in different styles. Gambling, chariot racing, horse racing, music, dancing, etc. were different forms of amusements. Nagari, dundubi, veena, flute were the important musical instruments of that period.